Let's go. Kicking off another news update on the channel with more information about the Seahawks. This is Charles, always talking to you. It's another video, always quick, objective, and very up-to-date about the Seattle Seahawks. If you're new here, subscribe. There are daily videos on the channel so you stay well-informed and don't miss anything. Also, give a like. Every Seattle Seahawks fan helps a lot, strengthens the channel, and motivates me to keep recording for you. To kick things off, the first update is confirmed. Julian Love. Our starting safety, Julian Love, is out for the rest of the game. That's right, he suffered a thigh injury and won't be returning to the field today. Look at this craziness. We don't even know exactly when Love got hurt. The announcement came just after the start of the second half, catching everyone by surprise. And you know what's worse? We were already without 4 defensive starters. Not to mention our first-round rookie, defensive lineman Byron Murphy-Teseku, who is also out. Can you imagine what this means? With Love out, we're practically missing half of our starting defense. It's like we entered the field with one arm tied behind our backs, and now they've tied the other one too. And the score isn't helping at all. At halftime, we were already down 21-7. Now, at the end of the third quarter, it's even worse, 28-14 for the Lions. It's tough, folks, but not everything is lost. Remember Kayvon Wallace, our third safety? Well, now it's his time to shine. With Love out, Wallace should see much more playing time. It's that next man up story, you know? Now's his chance to show why he's on the Seahawks roster. Can Wallace hold the fort? How do we turn this game around with so many defensive injuries? Look, I'll be honest with you. The situation is complicated. But if there's one thing we know about the Seahawks, it's that this team never gives up. What we need now is for everyone on the field to give a 110%. Every tackle, every interception, every defensive play will be crucial. And who knows, maybe we'll see the birth of a new unlikely hero today. Leave a comment below about what you think Coach McDonald should do to try to turn this game around. What adjustments would you make on defense? And on offense, how can we exploit the Lions' defense to try to close that score gap? Fans, let's keep the updates coming. Did you know that CJ Stroud, that star quarterback who's tearing it up with the Texans, wanted to play for the Seahawks? That's right. Stroud grew up as a Seahawks fan. Just imagine, the kid dreamed of wearing our colors. It really tugs at the heartstrings, doesn't it? In the end, the Texans selected Stroud with the 2nd pick in the draft. We only had the 5th spot. 3 picks difference, but that made all the difference in the world. Stroud signed a 4-year rookie contract with the Texans worth $36.2 million. That's a hefty sum. Now, I know what you're thinking, but we never even had the chance to pick him. And that's true. Technically, this isn't a change to our roster. But what if we had tried to negotiate to move up in the draft? Look, we had the ammo to try. Besides the 5th pick, we also had the 20th. We could have dangled that in front of the Texans. Who knows? In the end, we chose cornerback Devin Witherspoon with the 5th pick and Jackson Smith-Njigba with the 20th. And don't get me wrong, these guys are great. The team seems happy with the picks. But we all know how hard it is to find a franchise quarterback, right? And look at what Stroud is doing. He's leading the Texans on an improbable playoff run in his rookie season. The guy is already in the Pro Bowl. It's jaw-dropping. But hey, let's not dwell on what could have been. We have Geno Smith, and he can prove he's a franchise quarterback in this new system under offensive coordinator Ryan Grubb. By the way, speaking of Geno, he's starting hot with the new Seahawks coaching staff. In the first 3 games of this season, he has already thrown for 787 yards with 3 touchdowns and unfortunately 3 interceptions. He's completing 74.8% of his passes. That's top-notch stuff. Should we have tried harder to get Stroud? Or are you satisfied with Geno and our draft picks? Leave your opinion in the comments. This kind of what if always sparks an interesting debate. Let's wrap up today's updates with this. The Seahawks front office is not messing around. They just announced 2 promotions from the practice squad that will change the game against the Lions on Monday. Who are these guys? None other than edge rusher Tyus Bowser and defensive tackle Quinton Bohanna. That's right, reinforcements arriving just in time. But why this last-minute move? Let me tell you, our defensive line situation is more complicated than a 1,000-piece puzzle. Look at who's out. Boy Mafe, Uchenna Nwosu, Byron Murphy-Tsu, Leonard Williams, and possibly Jerome Baker. That means we're missing 3 starters, a possible 4th, and an important rotational player. That's a lot of losses at once. Fans, Bohanna, for example, just arrived and is already going to play. He was signed to the practice squad at the beginning of this week and has to show his worth right away. Bowser has been with us longer, almost a month on the practice squad. He even had a taste in Week 3 against the Dolphins, playing 12 defensive snaps, but he didn't show up in the stats. Is it time for him to shine? And how is the coach going to use these guys? Well, it seems Bowser will be a sort of joker, backing up Dre'Mont Jones and Derek Hall on the edges of the defense, along with Trevis Gibson. Bohanna is likely to rotate on the defensive line with Jaron Reed, Jonathan Hankins, Mike Morris, and Miles Adams. These guys are going to have to work extra hard. Oh, and there's one more interesting detail. Remember Matt Gotel? Well, he also returned to the practice squad this week after spending a good part of training camp with us. But he wasn't promoted for the game against the Lions. Why? Well, there are some theories. First, he got injured in training camp, which made him leave the team. He might not be 100% yet. Plus, Bohanna has more NFL experience, with 33 games under his belt, 13 as a starter. Experience counts a lot in times like this. Will Bowser and Bohanna be able to hold it down in this tough situation for our defensive line? Look, I'll tell you, it's tough, but I believe in our team. We've overcome difficult situations before, and this one won't be any different. Who knows? Maybe these new guys will surprise everyone and become unexpected heroes. Let me know in the comments below. So Hawks, if you liked the video, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, it's very important. We're together. Thank you for everything, and go Seahawks.